interesting. I agree with that. Hey everyone, it's Megan and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today we are watching Season 1, Episode 16 of the originals. And in the last episode, Klaus was set on getting revenge against Rebekah for bringing Michael to town. Elijah was set on trying to stop that from happening while also bringing down Celeste, which he managed to do with the help of, Monique. So I believe Celeste is now dead because she wasn't able to enter another body, but she was brought back to her own body, and then Elijah killed her. Rebekah and Marcel were going to try and flee, but they thought they could, use Davina to kind of help them, and Marcel didn't want to leave Davina behind, so they went back to get her. And at the very end of the episode, she came back to life because Celeste was dead now. And what was it? And then Celeste ended up using a spell to trap Elijah, Rebekah, and Klaus all in a cemetery, so now Klaus is going to try and get his revenge. So we'll see what happens. But before we get into the episode, if you're enjoying my content, please be sure to subscribe. If you have anything you want to say about the episode or the reaction, please comment down below. Please keep it spoiler free, and without further ado, let's get into the episode. I'm guessing this is when they were little?
We cannot leave this cemetery, Elijah. How long do you think you can defend her?
He's gonna try his best.
As long as it takes. I promise you I'll get you out of there.
Easier said than done, Marcel.
Hey, D, how you feel? Just trying to help you get back to feeling, yourself.
Human. Not dead.
You should see yourself. A murderous expression. A self-righteous posturing. You look like father.
Ooh.
It's a shame we can't feed on sad-eyed apologies. It's your one and only son. Father, stop! Stay back! You don't know me at all, do you, brother?
Enough. Whatever I have done wrong, my guilt is nothing compared to yours.
Ooh.
I'll grant you the punishment you deserve. Even if I have to go through Elijah to do so.
Yeah. I look forward to hearing what Rebekah has to say. 'Cause I know he tormented her the most over the years. But I mean, Elijah's got a bit of a point that, he's kind of starting to be like his father, especially with his siblings. He's basically abused his siblings his entire life. Not his entire life, but the entire life he's been a vampire. He's abused his siblings. Especially when they don't agree with him. It's all about control for him, because he'd rather have that control than anything else. But they still don't deserve his cruelty to them. Especially when Rebekah and Elijah stood by his side after their mother died for so long. Oh, Tammy, just coming to see Davina. Yay! I like their friendship.
And they said they'd do horrible things to me if I misused my magic again.
So, a century ago, you betrayed Klaus, the most dangerous vampire in history.
No, that's why she doesn't want to talk about it.
We get Davina back, she will find a way to take down Klaus.
No, he's going to get out of this trap that he's in. And when he does, he's going to find you. And he is going to tear you into pieces.
Probably.
You stand accused of betraying your own blood. How do you plead?
I plead you to shut up and listen.
You summoned umpires because I detained you from pursuing some dull suitors.
You were cruel and controlling and manipulative.
I was trying to protect you from imbeciles.
What has happened to you?
That's
I
not
remember
really
the sweet boy who made
protecting.
me laugh.
That's right, he was here, stealing what I built.
You want me to renounce Marcel? To beg for your forgiveness?
She's done that many a time. She's
I
not.
won't. Marcel is not at fault. I called Michael.
Rebekah, you
I was the one who brought him to New Orleans because of your wickedness.
Yeah, you are pretty
I wanted
wicked to
love
her.
and happiness, and you denied me the freedom to have either. And given the choice, I'd do it again.
Yeah, Elijah won't let you do that. Oh, he got the blade! Not the blade, but he got the stake.
Sister, leave us.
You're welcome.
I said, leave us, please.
And now he has both.
You wouldn't listen to her. So now you must deal with me.
Woohoo! But I get why she did it, because, you know, with all the flashbacks they've shown, he has been nothing but cruel to her. And he says he's doing it out of protection, but he's daggered her. He's killed boys. It's like, she's a grown woman, class. She can make her own decisions about who she wants to love, and you're over here torturing her and treating her like she's crap. So no, she was sick of it and she was ready to stand up to it. But she stood by you for so long.
Sadness was swallowing me up, and I made a choice I wasn't going to let it. You can make that choice, Davina.
You say that like it's so simple.
It's not,
But
but
the witches aren't just gonna let me go. How do I even know who to trust?
you can trust
Should I
Cammy.
ask Marcel?
That's not why I'm here. I care about you.
She
I want
does.
to help you.
What can you do? So how can I go back and ask for their help now?
You can try and ask forgiveness.
I would never do that.
Is she gonna ask him why he didn't come after her?
You know, I never much thought about dying. One of the perks of being immortal, I guess.
Thought about being human, though.
What an odd thing it is to be here one minute and gone the next.
You have no idea, do you? You have no idea
She's
what
only-
she's prepared to do for you.
Hated you for a while, but
When our
not.
sister sees something that she perceives to be an injustice, she can be stubborn, impetuous, and at times downright dangerous. And never was this more apparent than the night she tried to kill our father. What is this?
She tried to
Some
kill him?
melodramatic fiction. Had I not stopped her? I often
Interesting.
wish that I could revisit that moment. Complete the task myself. Why are you telling me this now?
Interesting.
She's short of temper, she's quick to fall in love, but she loves you.
Some odd reason.
Delicious treatment has broken her heart. So yes, she responded by summoning our father. Yes, that was a mistake.
I'm not entirely sure that I can blame her.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I can.
Of course you can.
Nicholas, so help me.
Are you really going to stand against me?
Yeah.
Not with that pathetic black.
Elijah, go on. Use the white oak stake.
Ooh.
I'm not so cowardly that I have to kill you, Nicholas.
No.
But if I have to make you suffer to protect Rebekah, that is what I will do.
He had a chance to kill you
Yes,
once, but he won't. He
I
didn't.
knew you couldn't do it.
No!
I know how it feels.
That was supposed to be my line. And now I have this.
Woohoo!
So I decide who lives and who dies.
No. Damn.
But instead, in your paranoia, you feared losing us both. And because of that, you did.
She's not
There
wrong.
is no one else to blame, Nick.
But you.
Only you.
I agree with that.
Where is Marcel now? I thought he loved you,
Yeah.
and yet he left you trapped in here with me.
The trouble with the witches
Well,
in
she
this
told
city
him
is they
not.
lack direction. Well, let's just say that I won't be the one to mourn Rebekah.
You against me?
I was wondering if she was still alive.
You take joy in other people's pain and then you wonder why I hate you.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that hatred led you to do what you did.
That it
Admit the
did.
truth. All you have to do is admit it.
You're insane.
Yes, yes.
He really
I am
is.
the vicious, heartless monster, and so you summoned Michael to kill me. Admit it.
What are you doing, Rebekah?
Maybe.
Oh.
Nick.
He really didn't expect her to say that. He wanted her to, but you could see it crushed him the minute she said it. And did he just stab her, or did he actually kill her? Well, she's not dead, so...
You missed my heart.
Perhaps I did. Or perhaps I never meant to kill you. Perhaps I just wanted you to feel a fraction of the fear I felt when Father came for me.
Do you yourself know the truth?
I know this. You accuse me of being evil, and yet you are the one who conspired to kill your own blood.
You made our lives a living hell.
You really
You
did.
tormented.
I love my family. You, Elijah,
So then why torment them for so
I
long?
loved all of you.
You kept them in boxes.
And poor Elijah. He dedicates himself to everyone but himself.
That he does.
We are the strongest creatures in the world, and yet we are damaged beyond repair. We live without hope, but we will never die. We are the definition of cursed.
I
Always and forever.
agree with that. And I love this breakthrough that this family
How
is
is she?
having. Hoping maybe this will open up and start healing them as family. Maybe. Apple.
Now we're even.
I mean,
So we have a deal?
Davina doesn't
it's...
sleep. When she wakes up, I'll explain everything, then I'll bring her
I
here.
can get that one.
Meantime,
And I can't help but wonder, what if his father ruined him?
Could be.
Barriers down. Go far away and never come back.
Ooh,
We're
interesting.
far too damaged to remain together. Less a family now than a volatile mix of ingredients.
I mean, he's not wrong
Your
about that
leaves will be
one.
mine.
big of him. I'm actually kind of proud that he did that. I definitely think, like, this whole thing between the three of them, they definitely needed it. Because there was a lot of unsaid things. And they finally got it out in the open, and hopefully it's a way to kind of start healing and maybe becoming better people, siblings. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe somewhere deep down, he still is the brother we once knew.
Very deep.
Very deep.
He's still in there.
So
Help him find his way.
So is this how we get rid of Rebekah? Because I don't think she sticks around for the entire series.
If you're gonna kill me for that, get on with it.
I guess not. Okay then.
Good evening.
You're hereby exiled.
If I so much as find a trace of you in the French Quarter, it will not end well for you. Do you understand?
Interesting.
That is all. Run along.
Very, very interesting.
Nicely done, brother. You're beginning to sound like me. I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, Elijah, no.
I was thinking, my mother was consecrated and buried here. She is forever bound to this land, but not me. I'm finally free. And you?
Your brothers came in this town like they owned the place. Like they owned me. Took my home, my people, everything.
I mean, you kind of took it from them.
I can't just run away.
And speaking of your child, our family has no shortage of enemies. She will inherit all of them. Please, be careful.
I do like that she's saying goodbye to Haley.
You know, you can always come back and visit. I've been known to keep a secret or two from class.
Well, if I can't, you make sure to tell that little girl stories of her crazy auntie Max. And let her know that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very upset that Rebekah is gone. I mean, I have to believe that she'll come back. But I hate that she's gone. Because I adore Rebekah. I love her character. And I love that she was working with Phoebe again. Claire and Phoebe were working together again, and I'm very upset that she left. I thought she would be around a little bit longer, but I also thought that maybe she would leave at the end of the season, because I did, and I can't really say it's too much of a spoiler, because, you know, it's not, it doesn't really give much away other than the fact that she wasn't in it, but I did end up buying season 1 and 2 of the originals on DVD because it left Netflix, so I needed a way to watch it. So I bought the first 2 seasons. So when you look at the second season, the photo on it, it shows everyone but Rebekah. So I kind of concluded that Rebekah wasn't in the second season. Or she wasn't a main character in the second season, something like that. But I wasn't 100% sure of that, but now that she's gone, it's makes sense. But I am happy that they kind of got this whole thing out in the open, because it's one thing that's never really been said to Klaus. Rebekah and Elijah have never really said all these things to Klaus because they feared him too much and feared his retaliation of, what he might do if they crossed him. So they didn't do things. They didn't say anything, and they kind of acted without thinking, especially Rebekah, which is how Michael got into the picture. But after everything Klaus has done to Rebekah, her going, striking back and, kind of everything she's done, it's because she just wants to live her life and not be controlled by Klaus. Because right now, her life has been very controlled by Klaus. For a brief moment, it wasn't. And then she came back to town to try and help Elijah with the baby. And suddenly, she's back into old patterns, and she can't get away from him. So I totally understand that whole aspect of that. And it all stems from toxic issues going forward. And I'm sure they both mentioned that, they were both they were all kind of ruined. The whole family was ruined and cursed because of the father's actions. They were all basically, cursed because he turned them all into vampires. So they were forced to live this life that they didn't expect. But instead of embracing it and trying to move on and do things, Klaus kind of turned into wanting power. And that power took over, and it became a pride issue. That anyone who attacks his pride, he's very against it. And it probably all stems from, yes, his father abusing him. But he also has had 1,000 years to grow and become different, but instead he just chose to keep getting more prideful and very vindictive and controlling. And so that's why he ends up, daggering his siblings, keeping them in boxes with him, so that way they can't go against him. And it drives me crazy because it's basically him abusing his siblings. Especially for over 1,000 years. He's basically just abusing his siblings. And with what Rebekah said about Elijah, is Elijah has thought about everyone else but himself. He thinks about making sure Klaus can be the better person, that Rebekah stays safe, and all this. But when it comes down to it, it's like he's never put himself first. He's always looked at everyone else. And when it comes down to things, he also always blames himself for the misgivings of what Klaus has done. And I said when Celeste died, or when, he thought Celeste died, he blamed himself because he couldn't control Klaus. Which is another thing of, Klaus being abusive, is because Elijah's blaming himself for something that was Klaus's doing. And it's just... But I'm hoping that maybe that this can grow. They can grow. They can... Maybe it changes Klaus in a way, you know, kind of changes the way he sees things. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm also surprised that Rebekah never really asked Marcel why he didn't run after her. Because we found out in the last episode before this that when Michael went to Marcel, he basically said, I can give you this if you give me Klaus. So basically, Michael kind of handed over Klaus's empire to Marcel. So he basically took it from Klaus and just let what happened happen. And I'm surprised, like, that's not brought up to Rebekah. Or Rebekah didn't find out about that. But I also fear for Davina. I'm very interested to see how this is all going to impact her with what happened when she was dead. And so this means since the redhead, I don't know her name off the top of my head, but since the redhead's still alive, that means the fourth girl is still dead. That doesn't seem right. That the redhead gets to live, but this young girl still is dead. I don't get that one. But okay. So, okay, but that's I was going to say that's episode 16, but one more thing is that I'm very glad that we're starting to get like more flashbacks into the thing, because you know it's also very interesting to see flashbacks of Rebekah and Elijah, especially before, and Klaus, especially before they became vampires, because we've seen a few, but we haven't seen all of them. So it's very interesting to see the things that they put in now versus what was there when in the Vampire Diaries. So, like, but yeah, so that is episode 16. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like. If you enjoy my content, please be sure to subscribe. If you have anything you want to say about the episode or the reaction, please comment down below. I do post full episodes and early access on my Patreon, which you can find in the description below. And be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Until next time, bye guys.